Beleza, pessoal, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo Tales of Vesperia. Lembrando que essa é uma versão de PlayStation 4, mas também tem para Xbox 360, Xbox One e Nintendo Switch. E vamos de sketch.
What's the matter, Patty?
I haven't been in battle much at all lately. Am I of no use to you anymore?
I think you may be taking things too hard.
I'm completely useless to anyone.
That's not true at all. You're our secret weapon, Patty. The ace up our sleeve.
Really? The ace up our sleeve?
Right. That means you have to hold back and wait for just the right moment. And right at that critical moment, you deliver. That's why we don't use you for trivial stuff.
Wow.
So you see, it's nothing to be glum about. Just make sure you're ready when we need you.
Aye! You bet I'll be ready.
You do have your work cut out for you.
Ok, pessoal, vamos chamar aqui nossa montaria voadora. E vamos, eu acho que é para o última dungeon. Eu acho que ela fica por aqui no meio do mar. É aquilo ali, ó. Aquele domo ali, ó.
So that's Zaude. It's huge.
It's sort of shaped like a ring.
Anybody with fingers big enough for that wouldn't have any trouble taking over the world.
There's no way Alexei could fit that on his finger.
I wonder if we'll get in without being seen.
Whoa, look! Over there!
Pharaoh.
But Pharaoh's one of the strongest in Telekea.
And even he couldn't do anything to it. What did we get ourselves into?
It reconstituted itself by manipulating the air. What processing speed?
Is that the power Alexei was after?
Let's go in from below. Pharaoh's doing all the work, but at least he's got Alexei looking up for now.
Pharaoh, thank you.
Money seems to disappear before you know it.
No, it disappears because you use it.
Sure, but if you only use a little at a time, you don't realize how much you're spending.
I guess we've been spending a little too much.
What do you mean? We need to spend more.
Really? But why?
The more gold we spend, the more it comes back to us. And it brings its friends, too.
Really?
How interesting.
Huh? Rita, your name's on this money.
Exactly. I've been writing my name on our gold so we'll know when it comes back to us. And when it does come back, I bet it'll have doubled at least. So go on, use it!
What a lovely little fairy tale.
Ok, pessoal, vamos então entrar aqui via mar.
Man, up close, this thing is bigger than I thought.
Is this really one big Blastia? There's no way!
It's gotta be a Hopeland Blastia designed to threaten everyone in the world!
It must possess unimaginable power.
Hey, look! It's a ship!
Is it the Knights?
No, I can't believe they'd make it here this fast. It's probably the Royal Guard.
That must mean... Yep, the entrance is closely guarded.
They're swarming like sea roaches!
There aren't that many. We could blow them away before they knew what hit them.
Easy, we're not here to get noticed. Let's see if there isn't some other way in.
Ok, pessoal. Opa, um save point aqui. Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui nas armas. Como que está, minhas crianças. Meus bonequinhos. Tudo ok. Só vou salvar aqui. E mais um sketch.
Hey, do you mind if I have a gel?
Carol, I don't really think you should eat those unless you need them.
But I can't stop thinking about how good they taste. Or the smooshy way they feel between my teeth.
I noticed we've had fewer gels lately. You've been snacking on them, haven't you?
I want them so badly I can't sleep. And here you've been eating them while we weren't looking?
I haven't been doing anything like that. Wait, Rita, you were losing sleep over gels?
No, of course not. What are you talking about?
They're not snacks, you know. They might be small, but they're pretty expensive.
I can't say I like their taste or texture very much.
Perhaps they're not too pleasing to a princess's palate.
No, that's not it. I don't think they're that good either.
I'm addicted to their simple taste. You just don't get it.
Gels were made sweet and soft so they'd appeal to children after all.
Are you saying my sense of taste is childish?
What's the matter with that? You are both children.
Ok. Vamos entrar aqui. Checar.
There's a breeze. It's a vent.
Leave it to me.
Are we going to enter through here?
It might not be what you're used to as a knight, but yeah.
Rita, don't worry. I'm fine.
Please, I'm not worried.
You clearly are.
Oh, shut up. Hurry up and get that thing open.
You're the only one shouting.
Got it.
Wonderful. Let's take a look.
Ok, pessoal. Checar. Água benta cairá nos céus quando o poder da criação for oferecido à Pedra Vermelha. Mais um desses puzzles.
I'd like to know one thing before we begin this battle. Just how strong is this Commandant?
I heard he earned his knighthood when he won a royal tournament during the previous emperor's reign.
I got to cross swords with him once, and I didn't last more than 3 minutes.
His title is more than mere decoration. His skill puts him well above his fellow knights.
He's the strongest among them, huh?
And don't forget, he's surrounded by his royal guard.
None of this sounds very promising.
Hey, we've got Detonado, don't we?
Besides, we've been through all kinds of stuff together on this journey.
Yeah, we're tighter than any kind of guard, royal or not.
All right, so say we handle the royal guard. It's still a coin toss in the end.
I guess we'll never be too prepared when it comes to facing Alexei.
Any error will likely cost lives.
Right. We'll have to give it everything we've got.
Ok, pessoal. Vamos ver o que temos aqui. Eu não faço ideia como passaremos dessa dungeon, que aparentemente é a última dungeon do jogo, né? Aqui troca de tela. Aqui não tem como passar. Primeiramente eu vou tentar descobrir como funciona aqui. Mais uma sketch.
So Pharaoh's been absorbing air too. Is he trying to restabilize it?
We owe him one for keeping the fight up this long.
No, I don't think that's it. My guess is he's taking in all that air to disable Zaude's power source.
That way he'll be able to mess with Alexei's plans, right?
Right. Right, Judith?
Who? Me? What was the question?
Never mind.
It'll be easy if we can just get inside. We'll stop everything in one shot.
Wish it were that easy, kid, but we'll be up to our ears in traps and royal guards.
Gotta admire his confidence.
Do you really mean that?
Pharaoh, please be okay.
Ok. Ainda não descobri como que faz aqui o negócio. Tá, para esse lado aqui é a última alternativa. Só deixa eu conferir aqui, não tem como. Nossa, tem muitos baús ali, não sei, o jogo me dá muitos baús. Ah, dei a volta. Dando muitos baús assim, de cala, Muito estranho, né? Vamos lá. Ah, é baú mesmo, de verdade. 15 mil. 20 mil. Manto lunar. Eu já vou equipar. É na Rita. Orbe de Zaude. Acho que é pra colocar lá na frente, ó. Caiu do pedestal por algum motivo.
We've seen plenty of Blastia so far, but this one's in a different class altogether.
If this was made at the end of the Garayos civilization, it may contain clues to all their technology.
Chances are pretty good if the building we saw in that relief in Murzo is actually Zaude.
So is there a connection between the Cataclysm and the Autophagos? If it does come from the end of the Garayos civilization, maybe it can turn back the Autophagos.
I wonder if that's why they carved the relief. It all adds up, but I keep going back to Pharaoh's words.
About disturbing Zaude? Thinking about it isn't likely to get us anywhere. We just have to go on.
Ok. Garrafa da vida, uma só. Goma especial. Garrafa do limite. Vestido salpicado. A pequenininha e a... Tá, deixa eu ver qual que tá precisando mais. Esse aqui aumenta e diminui. Deixa eu ver da pequenininha aqui. Aumenta e diminui. É, só que essa aqui tá precisando mais. Tá. É isso. Assim, muitos dos itens foram inúteis. Inúteis assim, né? Não inútil. Inútil é que não tem utilidade, mas assim... Não foi tão bom assim, não. Mas teve duas armaduras, né? Acho que é pra colocar aqui. Que foram bem úteis. E agora? Coloquei ali o negócio.
When someone as strong as Pharaoh tells you not to go messing with Zaude, it makes you wonder.
I wish he'd use regular words when he talked, though.
Definitely. If it's really all that dangerous, you'd think he'd want to make himself clear.
Maybe it was something Pharaoh had difficulty expressing in his own way. He did take the time to warn us. That shows at least some concern for our well-being, right?
You mean that maybe he's warmed up to us a bit?
Yes.
Ok, pessoal, ainda essa aqui tá quebrado. Ah, mas repõe de tudo. Entendi, eu vou ter que ir repondo essas orbes mágicas. Ainda pensei que ia refazendo a dungeon, mas não. Eu vou repondo as... Tem um baú lá em cima que eu vi. Agora, como chegar lá é uma outra questão. Tá, mas eu tô preso. Não abriu nenhum caminho novo. É. Agora eu me perdi.
Looking at Flynn, I can say, there's a knight captain. But it's really hard to picture Raven in charge of a bunch of knights.
I don't think it's possible until he gets rid of that shady aura he carries around.
It could be that he's only concealing his knightly dignity to complete his disguise as Raven.
I don't know if he and Dignity have even been in the same room together.
Captain Schwan was a man of grace and honor. His skills were renowned, which kept him on constant secret missions. Every knight knew his name, and nearly everyone envied his ability to carry out his duties with poise.
Huh? Is that true?
And while he was scrupulous, he knew how to care for those under him, so he always had their trust.
After seeing 3 of them, I can see he was well liked.
The more I hear about him, the further he seems from that old man.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm not Schwan.
When did he get here?
Listen to yourselves, carrying on as though nobody's around.
But sometimes you do say things that Captain Schwan would. You continue to carry his quality, however quiet.
Knock that off, would you?
Ok, pessoal. Pra mim eu tinha tentado fazer isso. Mas enfim. Tem que usar o anelzinho lá naquele... Essa bolinha aqui, ó. Beleza, encheu de água aqui. Entendi. Agora conseguimos acessar mais uma sketch.
Raven?
What you need, lad?
I know this is a subject you would like to avoid, but I want to ask you something as a knight.
Why would Schwann obey Alexei's orders? Is it?
I cannot believe Captain Schwann would be so blind as to miss the nefariousness of Alexei's deeds.
You put too much stock into Schwann. His head was as empty as a tin soldier's. The Schwann that would fulfill his duty like a puppet died a decade ago.
That would not change, even if he knew what he does now?
Well, I don't think he would have seen a Blasty of that size coming. But he still might have followed Alexei to the last. But you never can know, can you?
Is the reason you wish to settle things now because you have chosen to live as Raven?
There are some folks who took this old man seriously. So I guess I can't die just yet. But if I'm gonna live on, then I've got to make up for what Schwann did.
So a fortuitous encounter changed you.
That's putting it a bit dramatically.
Ok, pessoal.
I've been wondering about this for a while now.
What?
How come the Royal Guard is so loyal to Alexei?
That's true. You'd think they'd have come to their senses by now.
Well, did you know that most of the Imperial Knights are taken as apprentices from the nobility?
Yeah, I wish I could forget.
Well, the Royal Guard protects the Emperor, and they're made up of the finest soldiers in the Imperial Knights.
Hasn't it been several years since we've had an emperor, though?
Exactly. In that time, the Commandant's cleverly made those knights into his own personal army.
It doesn't seem like that'd be enough to turn them into such little lapdogs, though.
Well, the ideals he offered them were attractive in their own ways. Lead our empire to prosperity, and what have you.
They were all so enamored with him, earnestly believing his every word. Even now, I imagine they believe in him. I cannot blame them for that.
But if you realize what kind of person he is, Flynn, then why can't they...
The world would probably be a better place if all those guys figured out the truth on their own.
Pessoal, pelo jeito aqui é o caminho certo, né? Então eu vou dar uma olhada se tem outro caminho antes de entrar no, entre aspas, caminho certo. Mais sketch.
Won't we run into another pile of trouble when the Knights catch up and you're with us? I won't be laughing if we mess things up before we can deal with Alexei.
That young woman knight will be difficult. What will you do about her?
She's put me on too high a pedestal. I believe that a line can be drawn between good and evil in this world.
And she thinks that you're the one who can draw that line.
But reality is not so simple.
Right. I hope she realizes that soon. I have a feeling she will.
Sounds to me like she's got blinders on.
Yeah, I think Applehead will catch on faster.
Yuri, you really shouldn't call him that. Witcher is an exceptional mage who represents the future hopes of Ospio.
Him?
Hadn't you heard?
I guess I just wasn't interested. Now that I think of it, I think he may have been more on the ball than the others.
Even after our request for assistance expired, he continued to aid myself and other knights. He is earnest and dedicated.
You care about your crew, Flynn. I'm sure you're a top-rate captain.
Ok. Primeiro inimigo da dungeon. É baseado na água, né? Deixa eu usar essa lente. Só pra dizer que eu usei. Lente mágica. Eu não entendo muita coisa não, mas... Resistência à água e fraqueza a fogo. Tipo aquático. Tá aí. Será que é o... Eu tenho fogo... fogo. Eu tenho armas de fogo? Detalhes. Ah, atributo. É fogo e água ao mesmo tempo. Essa Denomos. Então ela é boa e ruim ao mesmo tempo. Ou seja, não faz sentido. Com uma arma ela é boa e ruim ao mesmo tempo. Mais sketch.
It seems Yoda understands your feelings, Flynn.
If His Highness has got your back, you've got no choice but to charge forward.
Yes, I shall not disappoint him.
I didn't think he'd order you to go with us and stop Alexei. That little prince, I thought he was just a softie, but he's got sharp eyes.
Idealism alone won't get you very far. But if he can make clever moves like that, he'll be a fine emperor.
We'd all be in trouble if he couldn't.
An eye for the big picture, the ability to use the right people, and noble intentions. A full package like that is pretty rare.
Don't worry. I have faith in Yoda.
Anyway, Yoder told us to take you with us, so I hope you're ready for back-breaking work.
Of course. I shall not waste His Highness's favor.
Good. Then let's go.
Ok, pessoal. Tentar dar Miguel aqui. Opa. Tudo isso por causa de uma goma de limão. Palhaçada, viu? Achando que eu tinha... Estava arrebentando. Não, só uma goma de limão. Como que eu passo por isso aqui? Consegui. Tinha certeza que não ia conseguir. Tá, eu vou voltar aqui. Acho que isso aqui não... Deixa eu ver, vou tentar mais uma vez. É, não deu. Ok. Opa. Não. Tô cansado dessas gomas. Deixa eu voltar lá. Mais sketch.
I can't figure this out. Man, what a pain.
Why would anyone bother to set up such complicated mechanisms on the ocean floor?
It's a common way to keep intruders out.
The Shikos ruins were the same way. Places only certain people could enter, that kind of stuff.
So only people who know the correct steps can enter?
Exactly. But if we rack our brains a little, we should be able to figure it out.
So why haven't we figured it out yet?
You tell us, Captain. You're the master puzzle solver.
What? Since when?
Since now. So put on your thinking cap and figure this out.
I can't believe this.
Ok, aqui eu mudo de... Eu mudo de andar. Então deixa eu verificar lá ao fundo. Quando troca de tela. Ok, mais uma sketch.
The dog's looking a little spooked.
It's okay, Rapide.
Why do you look so happy, Rita?
Who, me?
Rapide being scared makes you happy. Huh.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's just a little nervous around water, that's all.
Exactly. So being on the seafloor is a bit intense for him, right?
A little tough, huh?
Beleza. Vamos aqui pro fundo agora. Pegar um baúzinho com... até que enfim uma arma. Falar nisso, já tá na hora de renovar aqui as armichas. 1945. Segunda estrela. O nosso querido cachorrito. Aí. Todo mundo com armas renovadas. Agora sim vamos passar de andar, né? Vem aqui pra baixo. Sobe aqui. Beleza. Vou tentar fazer render esse negócio aqui. Entrar. Ih! Achei que nem ia entrar assim fácil, não. Pera. Será que ali é o boss já? Um save point com... Os homens é tudo bravo. Tá, deixa eu ver... Opa, baús. Baús eu gosto. Deixa eu congelar isso aqui. Armadura rara. Vou colocar no principal, né? Certo, pessoal. Vamos continuar aqui pegando mais baúcitos. Tá na Miguel aqui. Achei que é 2 inimigos. Vai ser dificilmente eu vou desviar. Ok, pessoal. Protetor raro. Vou colocar na Rita. Não, a Rita eu troquei agora, né? Não, ela nem usa. Vou colocar no Raven. Deixa eu trocar esse time aqui que tá tenso. Repeat. Judith. Ah, vou colocar a Carol, né? Nossa, a Rita tá... o time vai ser assim. Tá bom. Eu queria... Eu não tô querendo usar itens pra recuperar. Quero deixar pro boss sair. Vamos entrar em silêncio. Tá. Alguns guarda-sabes, né? Aqui os de dentro. Os de fora não sabem, então... Ok. Pegamos os baúzinhos ali. Ah. Ok. Deixa eu ver se eu consigo desviar. Ah, consigo. Ok, pessoal. A gravação deu 39 minutos. Vai cair bastante, mas mesmo assim já deu um tamanho bom aí. Isso aqui já completou. Essa arma é melhor. Isso aqui não ensina nada, então vou pegar esse aqui. Tá, todo mundo aprendendo. É isso, pessoal. Esse vídeo vai ficar por aqui. Vejo vocês no próximo. Falou e fui.